Hi there guys, welcome back. Join me for a brand new series at Stanwick Fisheries on Elson's Lake. And it's really windy, we've got a couple of storms going on at the minute. Although the sun's just peered out for a second, it's been really savage last night. It's going to get even worse during the day today. But I'm a little bit out of breath, as you can hear. Just made the hike, got all the barrow down. Got a few bits here, all ready. And it's a place I've fished a couple of times before. And I've had a couple of nice fish out of, and it intrigued me to get back down here because the fish are quite good looking. So I'm raring to get stuck in. The water's gin clear, the fish are lovely and dark, and I can't wait to try and get a banger on the mat. But it's early March, so things are going to be slow, and I'm just pretty much bite pinching and I'm just stepping back from the wind a bit. I'm sheltered behind this bush a bit. Yeah, and any fish on the bank at this time of year is an absolute bonus and a right result. So I'm going to try and attempt to put the bivvy up now. I don't know how that's going to go. It's just dipped a bit the wind. Look how beautiful that looks down there with the sun shining on it. It's literally tap water. Look at the lake. You can hear that. I'm going to move back away from it. But there you go, the wind is due to ease off a bit later on this evening, so hopefully we'll be able to get a good recording and have a little bit of a chit chat and go through a few things that are going on. But until then, I'll speak to you soon. Right guys, finally I get a chance to sit down and fill you in where we're at. So the traps are set. And I finally get a chance to sit back down. I just lost one on the middle rod, and it actually cut my line somewhere, whether it's a gravel bar out there or a mussel bed, or it may have been a pike sort of biting my line halfway up. I don't know, either way, whichever one it was a good run, and the rod arched over and took a little bit of line, and I got the clutches done up reasonably tight. So I don't quite know, but it's a bit coincidental that a 20-pound mirror jumped about 4 rod lengths to the left of my spot where I got the bite from, 2 or 3 times about 10 minutes after. Whether it's trying to get rid of the barbless hook or whatnot, I should imagine it is. I seen the fish. If it was that fish, it was only a sort of low 20 mirror, but it's still gutting all the same. You know, you do all the hard work, you find the spots, finally get it right, and you know, you cut your line on something out there, and I'm gutted really, because you don't want to leave any tackle in the lake. So saying that, it was getting dark, getting sort of to this time of night anyway. It was only about 10 minutes ago. I was losing the light, had to redo all the rod, put new leader on, this and that, new clip, new bait, new rig, re-clip it up, back in the waders, back out long, and it's cold and all. This is a northwesterly wind, so it's quite chilling at the minute. Thank God it's died off a little bit, but so yeah, that's where we're at the minute. Lost one, but got the middle trap reset. Feeling a bit gutted. I've took the back lid off the middle rod now, so just in case it was grating on the bar, I'm just fishing it sort of semi-slack, hoping to peel it off the bottom much faster. Obviously I weren't to know, I've never really fished the lake too tough, so still learning. But gutted to leave a carp with a rig in its mouth. That's never a good thing on any lake, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But it is a barbless hook, so hopefully it will just shake that hook out soon enough, and hopefully it will go about its business. But yeah, things are obviously looking good. Weren't expecting that bite. I was just sitting here eating a Snickers, and I've been back in the bivvy 5-10 minutes after doing all the 3 rods in a row, and yeah, it ramped off. All rods are on different spots. The right hand rod is out semi-long in a bit of deeper water. The middle rod is in about 4 foot of water, and the left hand rod is in about 5¼ foot of water. So got every aspect covered. Got 2 up close to weed beds, 1 out about 4 rod lengths off a giant weed bed, and that's all you can do really. Explore the lake, and I'm still learning every day, and every hour I'm learning, keeping an eye out, and that's all you can do. But hopefully we'll get another bite, and hopefully that weren't just our only bite of the session. We've got 48 hours on our hands, so it should be long enough to pinch a bite. It's early March. They haven't properly woke up, you know, in heavy feeding yet, but they're definitely on the move. And this storm, believe it or not, I'm fishing in Storm Gareth. How about that? And I said to the missus, she's like, oh, I've got a bad feeling. Well, maybe it's not a bad feeling, maybe it's a good feeling. Storm Gareth, and I'm fishing in it, and I'm having it. And I just lost one, so it's just a little twig, I think, hitting a bit of the back lead. So I'm fishing them the Fox captive back leads, so you run them on lines out so you don't lose the leads. I wouldn't fish normal back leads in a lake this weedy, because it is really weedy, and you wouldn't want anything snaring up on your line. And with these on the take, it lifts up out the water, unclips itself, and you're free onto the fish just like that. Loving it. So I've got the mat and everything set. I'm ready and waiting. But I'm going to stick the kettle on. I ain't even had a cup of tea yet. It took me a long while to find some spots. It's a new lake, but I got there in the end. They're all on 3 different spots. I think I've cracked it already. I think I've got, you know, just one giant weed bed out there, and I just feel like it's going to get me a couple more bites. And even though it's a tricky lake, it ain't easy by any means. It's gin clear, and these fish get fished for all year round, but it makes it all that bit rewarding when you finally get one. But I'm going to angle well and try my best to get one of these stunners on the bank and show you guys back at home. Right, I'll leave you with that. I'm going to get some grub on, and we're losing the light, so we won't see you now until tomorrow morning. Catch you in a bit. Morning guys, I've just about opened my eyes. It's 7:15 in the morning and it is hacking down out there. Had pretty much no sleep all night. The storm has been horrendous, shaking the bivvy, torrential rain. It has been really bad. I just checked the phone, the winds at the minute, Storm Gareth, 55 mile an hour, and it is savage. It's coming right into the bivvy. Yeah, it's torrential. I give old boy credit across the lake from me. He's a proper go hard angler. He's in a brolly. That ain't for me, not in March, not in these conditions. Got to be tucked up, but it's savage conditions. They are due to sort of lighten off a bit this afternoon. Oh, sorry about that. And hopefully we'll have a look about and definitely recast the rods and stuff, because, well, I've barely looked outside, to say the least. I don't even want to open the door. The bivvy's still shaking. But they should ease off in about an hour or so. They should half down to about 20 mile an hour. Listen. Wait. That is savage out there. I've had to pin all my gear down outside. Lucky I've got... Listen. Oh my goodness. Savage. Anyway, no fish to go on. But as I said, everything is pinned down out there. Thank Christ I've had to pin the net down, pin all the thing down. The alarms are bleeping like nutters. So I better get up and sort that out, lower the sensitivity or take off whatever crap's fell onto the line. It feels like it's going to be mainly day bites here anyway. So we've got today and tomorrow to pinch a bite. After that lost fish yesterday, hopefully we'll redeem ourselves and get one on the bank. Until then, I'll see you soon. It's 11 o'clock now. Thought I'd give you a quick update. The wind's finally eased off now. It's only pushing sort of 25-30 mile an hour, as to it was 55, sort of 60. So I recast the rods now. The rods are all back in position. Believe it or not, I actually pulled in 2 tangled rigs. An absolute nightmare, something you don't want to be doing when you're fishing, especially this time of year when bites are few and far between. One of them was a pickup from a coot, and it had sort of tangled me up. I know that because I had a bit of a mistake. a little bit of indication. But the long rod, or the longish rod, I guess casting into that face wind yesterday at sort of 60 mile an hour, you know, it happens occasionally. But to pull in 2 tangled rigs, one from a bird, one from, you know, the wind or whatnot, is not good. But so I've reset the traps. I felt like something weren't quite right. I felt like I should have maybe pinched a bite when I didn't. So I pulled all 3 rods in. I went and got some light little back leads from the van, and I'm trying a few bits different. I'm just trying to crack the code on here now. I'm a little bit out of practice. It's only the 3rd session of 2019. It's still winter, it's still March, still cold, but the fish are on the move, so there's always a chance of picking up another bite. I'm just going to run you down by the rods now. It's still a bit windy down there. Let me turn you around here. I'll try and keep the camera back a bit. So it shouldn't be too bad distortion. But there they are. You can see I've had a good move about now. The right hand loan rod is out there, and the wind dipped enough for me, and I see the separation. So that one's not tangled. That's the rod that I pulled in that was tangled. I'm going to wait for this wind to clear. Hold on. Yeah, so I know that went out fine this time. So all night last night I must have been fishing with a tangled rig, unless the tufties got hold of it this morning. Also, I'm having to fish bone tight lines now. I'm fishing them on back ledge just in the margins here. I don't want it to be pulling the line deep into the weeds. It is still really weedy out there, although it's March. But I do want my line sort of dipping down. I don't want it affected by the wind, so I'm fishing it quite tight. And also I can land fish over my lines. So I'm sort of getting the best of both worlds now. And if I just take you down and show you the stow bobbins, look. So I felt like I weren't getting the right line presentation on these, so I split these 2 up because they're going out that way, and I kept this one that way. That's why I've got the landing net in the middle, and I'm prepared to get straight in the lake. It's nice and gravelly, waders or no waders. When that rod goes, I don't care how cold the water is, I'm in there in the flip-flops, trousers rolled up, and we're having it large. But here's the stow bobbins on the rods. Let me zoom in for you. So there they are, look, pulled proper tight, so I can tell if I get cooted out or tuftied or any sort of line or any sort of bite, that is going to instantly pull that out the clip, and bang, I'm going to be straight onto fish. I've got the rod slightly higher out the water now, so that should keep it off the bottom, get it off the bottom much faster on the take. As obviously you know, when I mentioned last night I lost a fish and it grated my line. I did find out from the bailiff that there's a small bar out there, a gravel bar, and that's not what you want. So I'm still having to fish fished a much smaller back lead on that rod. It's only about ½ ounce, well 3/4 of an ounce as to pose. I was fishing a 2 ounce lead, so I cut it down so it's going to lift out the water much easier, much faster, and the rod tip's about 1.5 foot higher, so it should peel that line off the bottom that much bit faster. Also I've got the clutches done up a little bit tighter on that rod, again just to really get that line up again off the bottom as fast as you can. Is where if you're fishing a slighter clutch, you know your line is going to drag through the bottom, and we want it right off. If this makes any sense to you guys, it might sound foreign to some of yous, but all these little edges all counts to fish land ratio. So I'm still trying to crack the code on here. You know, I haven't mastered this lake by any means. I've only been here a couple of times. Still a new lake. These fish are tricky, and they've definitely seen it all. So I'm going to really have to pull the stops out. I've got today, it's only 10:30, 11 in the morning. I've got all day today and all day tomorrow. I won't be leaving until basically dusk tomorrow. Really got to make the top most of the time on the bank this time of year. I feel like I lost a night's fishing yesterday. It took me so long to lead out and find spots yesterday, so here we are. We've got the 2 days. I know they do push up this end during the day. I've already conquered that little bit, so we're in with a good chance of a good day bite and getting some good picks. Fingers crossed. Also, old matey across the way over there, look. Let's see him with his biffy. He had a 36. Fair play to him. Very nicely done. 36 mirror it was, and it was actually one they stocked in here in, I think 2012, I remember the bailiff saying, somewhere along them lines, and they stocked it in at about £12-13, and that's now 36. cracking mirror as well, it looked. So he's going home a happy angler. Got to be happy with that in March, ain't you? But yeah, we're going to see spring out in this lake over the next month. We're going to see it change from winter to spring. We're here for a few sessions. Hopefully got a good chance of picking a big gal up. And there's definitely worse places you can be. Even with this savage wind, which is finally dying off, everything's looking good. Traps are set. I'm feeling really confident now. And that's the thing, if you're ever doubting yourself in carp fishing, pull it in, get your thinking hat on, change a few things around and get it right. I've got much better line lay on these two rods. I'm not cutting myself off now when it comes to landing a fish. I'm just feeling all round more confident. I can get a big kill. Right, I'm going to kick back, cup of tea time. I've had some breakfast, had some one of them hot oats pots. So we're all done there. Time for another cup of tea, kick back, and yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Just thought we'd have a little bit of a late evening chat. See how tidy the bivvy is. It's pretty rare for me, by the way. I'm a bit of a messy bugger. Everything's set. We're on the move tomorrow morning. Nothing's happened since that lost fish. I recast the rods this evening just before dark, and you know, that's all you can do. I'm fishing well. You can see the last little pan there just steaming away, ready to be cleaned. I'm going to have a bit of dinner in a bit. I've got some chicken fajitas to put on. But as soon as that's done, all this will be packed away with the rest. I'm going to give it till 10 o'clock, half 9, 10 o'clock before we move. I've been to a peg, 2 pegs down, and I've put about a kilo of bait in over a couple of areas. So that's all we can do. It's a likeable day looking bite spot. So I'm going to settle it out here for the evening, enjoy my last night of comfort, get packed up. I've got a bucket there, so I'm going to get there nice and early, about half 9, 10, and we're just going to live on the bank and rough it out tomorrow through the weather. I've got my winter suit, so that's going to go on. Everything's going to be on the barrow sealed up, and we're going to be having it, trying to pinch a bite. Hopefully we'll pinch a bite tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'll see you then. If not, we'll catch up when I'm in the new peg. See you in the morning. Well, good morning guys. Finally managed to pinch a couple of bites early this morning. Got a nice couple of winter carp to show you. This first one's a right looker. Not a giant, but certainly makes up for it in looks. It's an absolute beaut. Just under 17 pounds. Lovely conditioned, beautiful, almost fully scaled mirror. Lovely way to start off this new series, eh? Cracking little winter carp. Can't complain at that, can ya? And it really has been a savage session. The weather's been horrendous. I've barely slept a wink. It's been non-stop. It's been in my face hard, and to get rewarded with this, it's just the right result. Because after getting cut off with that first bite, little else has happened since then. But we're still going to make the move today. Everything's packed away in the bivvy. It's only 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to get this other one out now. We're going to get her on the mat and see what she goes on the scales. We're going to get packed up. We're going to get moved in the next hour or two. Yeah, what a beaut, eh? What a beaut. Right, we're going to get out that next winter carp and I'll be back shortly. Here we are with the second one of this morning's action, and this is actually what resulted from a double take basically. See, the alarm sounded on the first rod, ran out, hit into it. As I'm playing it, the other rod just clipped out the clip and started taking a bit of line. I'm like, well, my fish is nowhere near that, I can't have gone across my line. And then I quickly sort of seen where my line was going and thought, no, that can't be that. And from then I knew it was another take. So you wait all this time and two literally come at once. They must have been 20 seconds apart. So loving that. This one here just weighed it just under 24 pounds. Right result. To get a couple down under my belt on my first trip down is a right result, especially after that loss. Else I'd have been coming back next week on a bit of a downer. And this makes up for it, certainly. Real nice pair of shoulders on it, this one. Just gonna let her calm down for a second. Still looking forward to the move. I put a lot of bait in up there, 2 or 3 pegs down. So I'm biding my time. I'm just going to see bite time out in this peg. All the rods went back out. I've done the other rod as well, so I've done all 3 probably about an hour ago now, just as it was getting light. Let's see if we can get her up and show you another winter carp. Very nearly. Lovely colours though this time of year. Lovely colours. Holding all their winter colours still in March. So yeah, keeping the homework done. Another peg mapped out also this session. And when I talk about mapping pegs out, so it's being a bit lively, that's so that I can just turn up next week or the week after, and if there's fish in that area, then I can just basically chuck leads on. I don't have to lead out for half an hour because it is a weedy lake, and I don't have to smash the place up, and it can result in much quicker bites. There she is now. Here's the second part. Just under 24 pounds. Another winter result. It's cold, it's been stormy. I fished through Storm Gareth. How convenient, eh? Storm Gareth, and I managed to get into a couple finally. Smidging off 24. That's carrying it all in them shoulders. Absolutely buzzing. Double take. It's almost too good to be true, isn't it? Proper result. I'm going to flip around and show you the other side of this one. And then I'm going to slip her back. Think about getting a bit of breakfast on. The fish is this lively, just let them have it out on the mat for a minute. There's no rush, there's no hurry. It does look good for another bite, I must admit. There you go. Cracker. Full of leeches still. That's to be expected. But hopefully next week they should start showing themselves and trying to clear these parasites off them. They should be a bit easier to find next week. Loving it. Proper buzzing now. Right, I'm going to slip this baby back and we'll catch up in a bit. Here we are, guys. Finally moved down to the peg I spoke about earlier. Suppose you're wondering why I moved after having 2 fish. You just got to go with your heart, really. If you feel something, just do it. I felt that peg was a bit stale up there. I felt like them 2 bites were about the last bit of action I was going to get. So I dropped a bit of bait in here last night at 10 o'clock, found some nice little clear spots just before dark, and then got to it and put some goodness out. You can see the rod's just there. They're all clipped up ready from the last spot. So I had the distance sticks out there. Here's all the stuff up on the trolley, so I can chill out for 6 hours, see what happens, and one bite could turn it into a dream session. You don't know, do you? Here's the approach for today. I put a lot of bait in yesterday, so I'm just fishing 3 bags of enzyme. Simple, no bait. Hopefully they'd have eaten all the bait and they'll be looking for a bit more. I'm sticking to the boilie and pellet approach, although a lot of people have been using maggots. I'm going to try and get them now hard on the boilie so they never look back. So that's the game plan over the next month or so. Hopefully they will switch down and get their heads down on the boilie. I'll try not to use maggots if I can help it. It makes it too easy, to be honest, isn't it? A bit easy using maggot. But there you go. I'll leave you with that. Get the rods out and we'll have a look when we do. See you in a bit. Well guys, I'm just about wrapping this one up. See, I've got bits of gear everywhere. I'm just reloading the trolley, ready to put in the van, wheel it straight up, and away we go. Rods have been in all day. Well, 6.5 hours I've been in up here. Set it out as long as I could. Wind's finally eased off, everything looks right. Got an hour left, mind you, so I won't speak too soon. As long as the rods are in the water, there's always a chance, isn't there? I haven't touched them either, they all went out first time. What can you do, eh? But it's been mostly night bites, so, or real early morning bites, just as it starts to get light. So yeah, time to get this mumbo jumbo packed up. Take the hike home, but I'll be back next week, you can guarantee that, with another new game plan. My mind never stops ticking, constantly working the place out, what peg I'm going to start off in next week, and how I'm going to apply my baiting approach, and lots of different bits and pieces. It's all a part of cracking the code, isn't it? But definitely a decent session this week, more than I could ask for. 3 bites, 2 fish landed. And we're still in winter, so I can't grumble at that, and two nice looking fish as well. So until next time, be lucky, and I'll see you when I see you.